Hello, people. This is Station here, and this is going to be episode 7 of Arknights Perishing Frost. It's season 2, of course. So last time on we got which I guess to try to relay things off. I'm just gonna go through it because I might fucking forget more stuff. We get introduced to Nine. Who was apparently was Qian's former commander, if I'm not mistaken. They're basically trying to round up more of the reunion, if I remember correctly. I'm really forgetful, but I think the main thing that just been bothering me during that whole previous episode was a revelation of how savage Kalstith was. What was that? Without any spoilers, so I knew Kalstith was something, and this whole revelation, not even that, but she was connected to Crownslayer because Crownslayer's, I think it was his father that was originally affiliated with Kalstith, and I forgot to recall something happened back then to where Crownslayer sorry if I'm not remembering when I'm supposed to, but there was that connection, and that goes to show like why Crownslayer is where she is because of what was involved then, and because of what happened back then, why she has something against Kalstith, and then realizing like, who the hell are you? I don't even think most people even know her true self. Much even maybe unless the I heard that. So I'm told the doctor is mostly unknown. I mean, which is funny considering you'd have to think in game we're kind of looking from her perspective. There's no set gender, so I'm not gonna say anything on that. It's a biocommunication too. Journal blog. Oh, okay. Journal blog scientists and politics. Okay. It's not. Oh yeah, it's not art. It doesn't have that sort of thing where you feel like Kalstith was having to exert herself with or something. It felt like something she just summons, whether it's right out the spine like some claim, or others claim like it's on a gem on her back. Whatever. The fact that it comes up from behind her is already terrifying enough. The fact, and knowing that she's immortal, and the creature, whatever fucking creature that was, monster, the way, like, it won't die unless she dies, but she can't die because she's immortal, so you can't get rid of her by at least conventional means. Yeah, she's a problem. The fact, finding out that she's actually busted in game to the point where they had to nerf her to make her playable. That says a lot. That reminds me, I think one of those Final Fantasy super bosses. I don't think it was a main story boss, but it was like I don't know if it was a multiplayer mode, but it was one where it was so unbeatable that they had to do some update. They had to do some updates to where they had to nerf the hell out of it so to make it actually beatable. It's great. It's kind of wild, honestly. Okay, thank you for relaying this. So, Kalstith and a lot of the parents of the reunion kids were part of a research group until the Earth's army came and wanted stuff for themselves, and Crown was blaming the wrong cat for it. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think she was barking up the wrong tree. She was definitely barking up the wrong tree here. It did seem as such. It was one of those lines out there. So basically, Crosshair thinks Cassius sold out her parents, which caused them to die. Crosshair's father was Cassius' student. Okay, yeah. Like, that's what I figured. That's what I think I was remembering. I wasn't sure, so my bad. And of course, Cassius is probably not responsible for Crown Slayer's parents' death. Of course, at least not directly responsible. I mean, she's barking, but she's talking. She's not selecting the right target, for sure. Going back to 9, of course, Arknight's going to have to introduce these characters, but there's something about where 9 is pretty much kind of just I would say abandoned Lugman and decided to help out the infected her as much the infected herself, or at least give them a place where they can go to safety, find a new ways or something. I don't know. She still feels like she's going to be a very recurring character, down the stretch. I don't know to what extent. Again, like, the show kind of really has to. I have to get the explanation from that, and there's a lot to take. There's still a lot to take in, like, because I can only take one at a time. Balloon is just using the hate in it. Why is there a heart? I don't like this new feature by YouTube featuring a heart because it kind of obstructs the chat here. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we got. I did hear, I think there was that one last part where, they say that Frostnova's team ran into trouble and Frostnova herself is not in good shape. I think that's where we left that episode. So yeah, that's all I really gotta say on that regard. Sorry if everything's kind of jumbled up here. I'm actually glad that the Freeman episode today was actually a little bit more laid back, so I can get more concentrated talk about what may transpire in this episode, for its worth. But again, gonna be a lot to take in. So let me get on to this, and we can. And yeah, I heard this was one of those episodes. I mean, in a good way, but it's just like, oh boy, there's something coming. And I mean, well, I'm just gonna have to find out. Alright, the subs are up. Let me get to this. Alright, let's get to it. Episode 7 in 3, or rather, episode 15 in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. By the way, no sound. Wait. Oh, it's a flashback, right? Yeah, it's a flashback. Oh, they're gonna show it after all. Oh boy. Oh, Bro, she's gonna kill herself doing that. She's not in good shape to try to do that. What a weird title for an anime. Jervis for freezing. Oh, I actually didn't know that. I knew Lugner meant liar and Stark meant strong. I forgot to look up for free range. So okay, interesting. But yeah, so we kind of just doing the rewind, and so like, okay, I don't know. So I'm okay. So if I remember correctly, I'm being told they never actually visually showed how they got away. It was only mentioned, but maybe the anime will expand upon that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because now I'm questioning what were left off to to end the last episode. Was that also just a rollback as to what happened there? That's a weird way to kind of just do that. That was not what I was taking into account. Sorry. Yeah, you gotta be careful here. I mean, there was a problem with their leader. Frost Nova can't fight right now. She noticed it, yeah. Yeah, there was the oh that again. But Chen did. Hmm. I want to believe him, but at the same time, I don't know if I can because I don't know. Because in desperate times, you don't know if someone could just stab you in the back, unless if you've just been really close to them. I don't. I don't know how. I don't think this. I don't think it's gonna end happy though. By the end of this, I don't. I just feel it in my gut right now. I don't think anything in Arknights will ever end. Oh, yeah, she's not. Yeah, she is not okay. She's referring to Patriot. Oh, oh, they collapsed and that's how they got down there. conflict in Arknights is so interesting because do you fight to kill, fight to save, fight to restore, fight for or fight to for authority, whatever it may be. I'm still like very uneasy. I should better not want to be those power pills. What are those? They look like look like one of those those like Chinese little caramel candies. No, not you when you're hungry. I, it's so it's such conflicting. Too sweet, spicy. I had. Oh yeah, I used to have those sort of those candies that are I think those candies that are spicy. That have the spicy flavor, and it was like, ick. Hmm. What the fuck, man? Oh, okay. Talulan? Talulan, yeah. Yep. Was this? I wonder if this is the Talulan before she became the current Talulan, like where she switched, like where her ideals changed. A stubborn old fossil. I think okay, her fossil probably referring to Patriot. I think. Oh. Wow. No, I'd want to die if that happened to me. No way, man. I can't feel warmth or coolness. I can't I can't properly eat anything without some nasty side effects because of how they would taste. And God, God, Lord, man. It's quite a long ways up, though. Yeah. Okay. Wow. The fact they were able to they're able to hold their ground against the likes of her is says a lot. I don't. I don't like this. I want to feel happy, but I don't. I don't. I know this is just setting me up, man. And fuck this feeling I have. Just trying to talk some sense into Lynn. No, I don't. But there's no turn. But once you turn the new cheek, in most cases, there's just no turning back. Okay, so that was right after. That was right afterwards, I guess. I'll try to. I'll look at the. I'll look at the chat after this. Alright. Oh dear. To think she once someone who stood so strong, and look how just fragile she's become. But the art is just continuously amazing. Oh yeah, they didn't know previously. They didn't know about the black cloak until now. Oh, he's gonna suck. That's true. That was the agreement they had. They cannot call off the they cannot call off the operation for that. Yeah, except even if this is over, what about everywhere else? What about the wars? What about the conflict going on everywhere else, not just here in Lungmen? I don't even know these guys, and I'm already feeling so bad for them. I know this is just literally their last trip. Oh, they are. Oh, I saw her earlier. That was so that was the one on the sidelines calling the shots that Jen was referring to. He meant Rhode Island. That's what's turned to. It's like she would have just unloaded on him. Frost Nova. I don't like this, man. I don't mean it in a bad way, man. Like, I was so wrapped up with the Celtic part from last week. I forget that this is just going to be another road to depression sort of arc again. That was not cool how they went out. Oh, she did? Well, it's actually, I think it's kind of good that that they didn't, because it would show that it would have a better better showcasing of that she was of how much restraint she was trying but was almost unable to until someone, I think it was Chen, that gave the gesture. It's just like, oh, hold on. I felt like that was a better version for that scene, because I felt like, to me, if they did show the retaliation, it would have to speak more for the other side retaliating. That's how I saw it. This is way brutal in anime form. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Frost Nova is infected. I mean, that's why she was always able to use arts, the Orgnium. Why else wouldn't she? And that's why I knew like she was on a timer. She was actually on the moment she was coughing. I'm just like, oh fuck, and I was thinking, oh, she really is on time. She has her day. Her days are numbered. She may not even get through. She may like have a few days at most. Nah, at this point, with the way she had to stress herself with that. They did. I mean, I could see why they cut the comedy, but hold on. Please. Oh boy. Next week, finals episode of season 2, and potentially you could see. Yeah, it feels like a better call since when Blaze did the 2 was just right. I'm harming Rhode Islands too, as you said. Yeah, that was not. I knew. So I like how we did get the rollback. The confusing part, I think the part that did get confusing for me was when they met up with Mephisto, who got saved by, and Group who got saved by False, and I was just, so that sort of span of time kind of felt a little disjointed. But I guess you can draw it together like, yeah, it's been a while since Rhode Island and Yetis kind of just parted their ways. And like, you know, and then of course Rhode Island went to bail out Chen, and then that's how we kind of just left up here. The fact that when Blaze said, "Oh yeah, let's have a drink," and it's like, "Okay, yeah," and then when she finally meets them again, they're dead, or they're killed. They're literally executed. They cut the Big Daddy backstory. Oh, you mean for the Patriot? I think maybe they'll save it for the next season, because I don't think the Patriot dude is gonna be as relevant as I thought he would be. I mean, it would probably bring up a chance for season 3 for sure. Actually, Season 3 is pretty much a guarantee at this point. The way it's playing things out. The way they're setting up Touin. The way they're setting up, more for Calcith. Whether or not the story will touch upon that as much. Basically, part of the episode was a flashback on her escape. It came back to present day. Yeah, they will show it in season 3 for sure, depending on if that's where we get more of the Patriot. We only see the Patriot like only a couple of times, but this is Frost Nova's thing. And when someone said talking about the old fossil, he was referring to the Patriot. I'm pretty sure, because I think the Patriot. I doubt it's Calcith. Because that would be, she's working for Rhode Island. Season 2 will be plot twist haven, but the animation team needs to improve. I don't know. I mean, it'll have to depend on what they have to adapt. Like, what do they have to do in that for those particular scenes. And if they need to, they might need to hire some freelancers, and don't try that same shit that Studio Mappa did. Of course. If y'all were somehow under a rock, I'm pretty sure most of y'all are aware about the situation with Jujutsu Kaisen and Mappa. I don't want that happening with Arknights. I don't think they will happen. But yeah, they will need more manpower. So depending on if they think it's required, they may need to hire freelancers here for the next season, depending on what's there. I do not know if it's going to be like how Pre-Con Season 2 was. I don't know yet. I don't know if they have those strong connections yet. They need strong connections to be able to do that. Chapter 7 and 8 animated. But yeah, Chapter 7 will... Depending on what it is, Chapter 7 and 8 need to be their own separate seasons, though, from what I was previously told. Because it seems the chapters get longer and longer, get progressively longer. So, yeah, need more time. More time is necessary. But, of course, when it comes to, like, just the animation process, it's not the easiest task. So they really have to keep the group tight-knit, not try to take on other projects like a certain other studio does. Again, I hate that I'm going back to Studio Mappa. And with their bum ass CEO. So like if they do, season 2 will come. But of course we do gotta wait. We don't need to rush. I'm sure they're at a tempo to where we'll get one out per year. We ain't trying to rush things out because we don't got as much employees as those other departments. Those other labels. Yeah, I am going to throw shade at Mappa. I do not care because it's not the animators. It's that fucking studio, their higher ups. The animators are their own thing. They did fantastic job, despite how fucking disgusting that time frame, how disgustingly shit that time frame was. There's no way I'm gonna ease up on that. It's disgusting to hear about it. It's sickening, honestly. But yeah, I don't want to discuss that more. I'm gonna talk about that whole this conflict has gotten to a point And I know you guys are talking about about future seasons and all, but I mean it's a thing called trust the process. Again, like when you gotta build up on things, you gotta trust the process and hope like yeah they're gonna do this and that as the thing goes. They probably know what they have to change and what they have come up in mind, so to set things up for the future. And of course, like along the way, there are going to be setbacks. Nothing goes completely according to plan. But we got to trust that everything works out. I mean, not everything is going to go as much as we want it to. But we kind of have to trust. We kind of have to value as much as what we do get on a positive note. No, Nick, when I say Mappa doesn't deserve treatment, I meant the animators don't deserve that treatment. That's what I'm talking about. The Mappa the studio themselves have everything. Like, the higher ups specifically. Like, what the fuck are they doing? I want W story as an OVA. Oh yeah, W is a fun character for sure. I don't like that she almost never showed up here in season 2. Unless if I just missed it. She almost never showed up in season 2 so far. And I don't think she'll show up again, sadly. I mean, she does seem like a very interesting character to know about her backstory though. So hopefully one day they'll touch upon that. Oh boy. The Giselle the Eddie Slaughter scene was brutal. Was not expecting it to be that brutal. It wasn't that brutal in the game? That's interesting. But probably was, but not to this level. Let me see this again. I'm not gonna play it back again because last time I tried to do it, some copyright holder tried to strike me. Yeah, W. Hold on. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this girl right here. She seems interesting enough. I just don't know, like, she was only one scene in episode 1, yeah. That's why I kind of want more from her, because she seems like a pretty fun character to have more context with. But of course, like, I'm glad at least they're trying to be more, try to stick to the page, make sure which priorities are there. W can wait, and I just hope not too much gets left out. She wasn't in chapter 5 and 6, so why should she be in season 2? I mean, again, like guys, I'm mostly anime only, so I don't know. So I wasn't too sure if she was gonna show up more here. So my bad. Yeah, Frost Nova's in bad shape though. I don't see her living by the end of this. It literally says perish in frost. So yeah, I don't see. Yeah, this is definitely gonna end with her. This is definitely gonna end with her dying for sure. I just am a little at unease to how she's gonna die. It's essentially novel. Yeah, you said having those kind of in the game. Oh boy. What else? I like the scene where the Doctor and Frost Nova were getting pretty friendly with each other, because the whole deal with like fighting, it's like, oh, we're not fighting to kill, we're fighting to save. Why would I want to finish you off? That makes sense. And Frost Nova, and then when you get to Frost Nova's backstory and how they were constantly abused, her race was constantly abused, killed for fun in games, until her new dad, the Patriot, came along, of course, and saved her. The mentioning with Talulan, I think it's Talulan before she changed, because. Let me risk it for the biscuit here. I need a There was a point in the flashback, right? Hold on. She was idealistic nonsense. Okay, this is something that does right here kind of concern me right here. She has a different attire, so I wonder that was you have to think. This was before. This was probably when she was probably still on good terms with Shin, but some shit happened and then she changed. And Frost Nova indicated that. So it makes you so the connections are there. And the fact that Frost Nova has been affected by that too, and to where like she still has that sort of alliance. I'm pretty sure they had that still that alliance even then. Yeah, not race. It's infected. The infected is not necessarily a race. It's just a labeled condition. That's what we're getting at. The race is another thing too. The race is another thing. Sorry. Finally, Doctor speaks way longer than the whole season 1. Yeah, in season 1 he was kind of a nobody, but here he actually has much of a role in relaying like, oh, we are not here to be enemies. We're not here to kill off your group. We're here to try to save, and it's the respect that Frost Nova gained from that, to where they were able to at least leave. I also like that it's not just Frost Nova, it's her group as well, because they are not because even though they were fighting as enemies, they're not fighting just to be brutal, just because they're like evil. Like, remember, the Arknights there's a case of like mostly morally gray, where these guys they're not really amped to kill. I mean, they do have their sense of empathy. They don't just feel like they're just following orders. They seem really tight with Frost Nova for sure. So it says a lot as to why that temporary truce was there at the start, even though of course it's going to be over. So I like that moment, but it sucks that it has a tragic end to it. To the chagrin of Blaze. I feel bad for Blaze too. Like I felt her pain when she saw them get killed, and it was really hard to watch. But too little to information connect the dots and figure out all stuff that happened behind the scene. Just note that people are anime only even in this chat. Yeah. So don't try to drop any big spoilers. Just reminder. In-game Frost Nova says to Doctor that you didn't fear death. No, it's like you had no attachment to anything in this world at all. Interesting. If that is the case with what was missing there, then it would make sense to where it would make sense as to why Doctor feared he or she may not be the nice person that she initially turns out to be, or what Frost Nova at the moment may perceive him to be. So that's a genuine fear. I've seen this a lot in anime before too. Not just anime, any sort of media, like where like your memory's hazy, so you're just kind of like starting from neutral, but you have this sort of renewed so your emotions are kind of starting anew in a way. But then if those old memories resurface, you're afraid that the old memories that may resurface at some point are gonna just mess you up, and it turns out that you were a bad person before the amnesia happened. It's a genuine fear. Blaze never. He did when she said that she's literally tossing bad luck to people whom she wants to drink with at this point. Maybe Blaze should quit drinking. Maybe it would help, or maybe like, oh, let's just hang out. Let's just hang out and have a hangout party. Play game hide and seek, whatever. But I mean, you gotta have to think in the down, like they try to have when Arknights try to have like those times of like respite. They're like far and few in between. I'm pretty sure some can still, many people in that world can spend them in luxury, spend some sort of luxury, whether they're infected or not. What else is there? Oh yeah, Frost Nova's condition is just fucking messed up. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Trying to take London and turn it into a city infected through and through. Okay. So, okay, hold on. I could feel neither cold nor warmth from the air. And what else does she say here? If I drink hot water, it'll only burn my insides. If she drinks cold water, now if she drinks cold water, that doesn't help either, because you don't want your body temperature to just drop completely. So that's what the candy is for, to warm her up. What a fucked up way to live, man. I can't imagine myself being able to endure that for more than a few days before I just want to scream, I want to die. Ursus is not a good place for the infected bee or child or adult. I mean, from what they've shown, Ursus is not a particularly happy place. It hurts to say it, but yeah. Paralyzed. She was paralyzed from the neck down. Can't wait you be smacked with lore next season. Oh boy, let's more lore, more Arknights lore. Yay! I'm saying this in a good way. By the way, guys, no, I'm not trying to say, oh, it's a bot or something. So tea gets turned into iced tea. Yes. That basically that's what happened. That yeah, if I have to get to the point where I have to live off candy just to stay warm, just kill me already. Just kill me already, man. I don't want to keep living like that. She also said if Dr. Manny sudden moves, she could freeze him with her tongue. They skipped this part with Blaze, sadly, to develop medicine for them. I think I'm pretty sure it's already been implied that a lot of people will do things for a lot of people. Many people would be willing to sacrifice whatever to gain something like arts, considering the kind of power they can have, but at the cost of what? Sometimes they never really think that out. So I don't mind that it. So it does suck that that part was probably skipped, but I guess I'm pretty sure it's already been implied that people having the ability to use arts, something to be sought after. I mean, it's something where you can attain some sort of authority, I would have to think, to attain power. Like, but of course, like in the midst of it, like you don't consider, like you'll hear about the cost of it, but you won't consider it that much. In game, it was what she helped me make these candies, but she was horrible and it tastes worse. Okay, I see. No, I guess you can explain. I guess yeah, I can be told that in some other time. Like maybe when the whole season is over, maybe so. But if it's redundant, if it's a redundant thing, if it's something redundant, then I don't really need to know it. Okay, normal people can use arts, but they require, gosh, god damn it. Yeah, I say I didn't want it, and now I'm gonna get one. Whatever. In fact, you can directly use arts without need for casting units. Okay, that makes sense because the more concentration of Orinium, that would make sense. Non-infected can use arts. Can use arts, but they need but they need a device. They can use but the infected can use the crystals inside them, so they can just kind of use that more conveniently. But it progresses the infection more. Makes sense. Using the staff as an infected. Okay. Kind of given. It does. We're trying to use a device to try to slow down that progression by using the arts is not going to help. Makes sense. But yeah, it kind of speaks for itself as to, although of course like the detail with where infected, how both infected and non-infected can use arts, but I bet in different ways. It is something they did. It is something that is sadly cut out that probably needs explanation on, but I'm pretty sure like you can already get the implication that the infected are able to use arts better, but at more of a price for obvious reasons. That's okay. That's all. Is there anything more to really take away? Let me see. There's this part with where I think Swire and Chen were trying to talk with Lin about the new group. Hold on a sec. Where is it? I was talking about something. So they were having this talk with Lin, who was controlling the Black Cloaks, the ones that are doing the executioner's role, which is kill infected on either side. The power system is easy to understand. The individual arts power is just the complicated one. Season 1, episode 2. I think I wonder if I'm able to Rose Kitchen manga. This is more wholesome than the main story. About it, yeah. What about it? I think the thing is with Lin is like she's doing it, but she's doing it because she wants to protect some. According to Square, she wants to protect something. She wants to protect that place. Just trying to keep things safe. So it makes me kind of. So it makes it kind of confusing, or interesting rather. as to whether or not the Black Cloaks declared purpose is just a farce or not. Just like the farce with those Red Cloaks. I'm really trying to risk it, let me see if I can do this. So maybe this will help out a little better. Make it a little smaller, I guess. She's asking where is that unit? Who is she referring to? I was wondering if she was referring to a group or someone yet unrevealed. What was it? She wants to protect the place. So that's why she's trying to just do this purging. But again, of course, the implications, like, this is not the way to go. Y'all forget Jan's inspection. Wait. God damn it. There's just so much detail to try to take in. This is not the sort of detailed shit I encountered when I was watching Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Man, so the Jan inspection. Yeah, oh great. I'm starting to give up on trying to catch up on all the details, but I'm gonna try to keep persistent because it still makes for some good food for thought. But at the same time, it may eat up a lot more time than I wanted to. God damn it. Was the inspection? Did we get it, or did we get that in the anime, or did we not? I don't think we did. Did we? Let me search the end. Did they show something? Oh yeah, the Jan. Never mind. Oh, that's what the one you're talking about. Fuck. God damn it. So that was I was thinking that was the one that was the one calling the shots behind the scenes. Shit. Okay, that's someone else. Let me. That's interesting. Okay, so why the? God damn it! I'm trying to get a grip here. So I was under the impression that Lin was the one leading them, but she was leading. I think it was okay, let me get this. Are the Black Cloaks part of that group, or are they just completely different? Or just completely different factions. Let me see. Let me kind of check back here. I was thinking they're part of the same group. Okay, the Red Cloaks are the inspection ones. The Black Cloaks are the ones carrying out the executions. Okay. but they're okay. Is this chat working? Hold on, it's not working on my end. Okay, okay, they're different. They're different. So the black cloaks are the executioners. The red cloaks are the red cloaked characters are the inspectors. The red cloak ones are kind of the. I was thinking they were the ones calling the shots, and Lin was just the one that was you know, leading the deal in terms of like the purging, the execution. So so that's why I was thinking they may. So there was the notion I was thinking they were the same. They're still kind of the same group, even though they may have different roles. I do apologize if I'm wrong there. Okay, so they're different they're different groups. Okay, okay. So basically, she was there to check up on things. But when Chen talked about someone else is calling the shots, when they showed up, I was thinking she was referring to them. Because Chen was just like, "Oh, you joined us first, aren't you?" And so I was trying to draw 2 and 2 together, because the one calling the shots is the one that's just gonna make things that is just making things a lot worse, even if it's to make sure Lungman is taken back completely. So what can we acquire that's red close here? See if the infected are in Lungman, and if there are, they will probably question Lungman how they're allowing infected to live in the city. It's been a while, so. Okay, yeah. That is basically like that would make sense then. That would make sense as to why they showed up. They're not immediately there to show up to kill anyone like the Black Cloaks. They're just here to just check. They're like, oh, okay. It's kind of like how you know, when someone's when that one guy when say you're running a restaurant, that one guy comes in to inspect, like, oh, everything's okay, whatnot, or is there something wrong or something like that, I guess. That bad analogy, but that was just kind of something I thought about. Confusion aside, that was still a very good episode. Just a very heavy moment with the Yetis, and now Frost Nova is. I think Frost Nova is gonna have a one last stand. This is not gonna have a happy ending as much as they tried to make some sort of, you know, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like they're gonna finally not have some sort of tragedy. Nope. We don't play that game here at Arknights. Red cloaks are basically like your executions are not up to health and safety regulations. $200 fine for you. Okay, yeah. That's how I'm viewing it at this point. Again, probably a bad analogy, but I'll just roll with it because it's kind of easier to identify their purpose at the moment, unless if they have something deeper in mind, like they have some sort of deeper goal in it, because this Arknights right now is a battle of like, not just there's a battle of attrition, just battle to survive, battle for, you know, authority and whatnot in such a tumultuous time where they can't even find a fucking cure for the organism infection, something to remedy it. They can only treat it. It's a constant power struggle right now. It's not looking, and I don't know how the main story is right now, but it doesn't look like it's gonna get any better. Yeah, that does feel like how it seems, you know, because like they're giving an excuse to do that. Oh man, Arknight politics. You know how I be feeling about politics, but I'm gonna look at it from the good side because it just kind of makes the conflict more interesting. It makes it like, oh, it isn't just all that black and white as I feel like it should be, because there's the whole gist with infected on discrimination against the infected. I mean, again, it doesn't mean race. I mean those that actually have the symptoms. And then there's the whole like the terms of agreements between groups like Rhode Island, Lungmen, Young, whatever it may be. And how some of them have former friends on either side. That's another thing. Yeah, even if the cure, think about it, even if the cure does come up, is that not everyone, do you think it's just going to be instantly fine and dandy? No, there's still going to be a power struggle that'll still continue for however long the people will find motivation to keep up, to maintain. The main story now is just basic. I mean, it's white and black in my eyes, at least. So it's not black and white, huh? I don't care. I mean, it's still good. The fact that, I mean, like in terms, if you're looking at it generally, yeah, it is black and white. But when you're trying to dive in deeper, it really isn't as such. If you're only taking certain aspects like defending the the general direction, yeah, it may be black and white, but when you're thinking about it more deeply, yeah, it's not. There's not so much so. We know people don't just discriminate by infection status. There's classism, racism, etc. Yeah, that's why it's also good that they brought up different races as well, like with how with Frost Nova's case, which is really fucked up for what it is. And I'm glad they didn't show too much of it too. It would just be really just like a little bit too much for me there, and it may stretch up a bit too much time. Again, it does suck, of course, that we don't get too much on a Patriot, but of course you'd have to think they may save it for another season, hopefully. But that's all about I have, because I want to get off here before I realize before I lose track of time. I've been losing track of time for the past few fucking days, and I've just been doing things a little too late, and it's just throwing off my biological clock. So I'm gonna end this here before things get out of hand. I know you guys have a lot to talk about, but let's just save it for the next stream, and hopefully I can kind of expend as much as possible about this whole season. Okay. So yeah, smash the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join the Discord server, share the video around, all the good stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up, and that'll do it for Arknights this week. Realization signing off, y'all. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, have a great day or great night wherever you are. Take care.